Hello and welcome. We are going to do a user's choice rune reading today. So I will show you the area that we're in real quick. If you would like to skip that minute of nature medicine, there will be a timestamp in the description. After I show you the area, you will have a screen that will show you the various options for the reading. And you'll just want to take a minute and really hone in and see the energy of which image is really calling to you. This reading is based off of actual plants that I saw on my hike out today, and their energy just felt really sweet and inspiring. So that's what we're gonna do. Here's the area. This will be for those who chose the first option. So the message, please, from the first plant image shown. Okay. I said that and then the bird stopped. So we have one that is sitting on the side. This is going to be potential blind spot energy. So we have Gebo, which is about making sure that there is a fair exchange of giving and receiving. So this is about making sure that you are balancing the aspects of yourself that are in tandem with others around you. So again, it's about making sure that what you are giving and receiving is balanced. We do also have Berkana is kind of on its side. And Berkana is our nurturing feminine energy. So this is going to be about making sure to cultivate relationships, to cultivate your own intuition, making sure that you are practicing understanding yourself and honoring the urges and the feelings that you get that come from your intuition. Doing so is what is going to help you birth or bring forth ideas, projects, relationships, different things like that into your life. So these two are going to be potential challenge energy. So when you find yourself caught in moments of frustration, or maybe you're in lack of clarity, or you feel directionless, these would be perfect times to examine Where am I spending my energy that's going to help bring things to life? And is that energy being spent in a fair balance between giving and receiving? In terms of the next pieces of the message, we have Issa and Hagalas sitting right next to each other. So this is speaking about stuck emotion. Issa being our ice energy. This is letting you know that stubbornness or being too set in your ways could come at a detriment. So it's not saying that you shouldn't stand your ground in the things you believe, but that you should be aware of other perspectives and not using your own opinions and perspectives as the only option available to you. So he says just about cultivating that awareness and really looking at the different components that are going to be applicable in any given situation. Next to it was Hagalas, and Hagalas is our hail energy. So this one is stuck emotion energy, because it also pulls in the water element, the frozen water element, but it does have movement through the air, which is our mental body. So this always, to me, indicates some sort of conflict between the head and the heart. What you think you should be doing versus what you intuitively know you should be doing. So this is calling for a balance, really, of looking at where you might be stuck in your ways, where your old emotional patterns might be limiting your ability to experience something brand new in front of you. And being stuck in that old pattern or belief system is enough to prevent you from being able to access something that is new and available to you, simply because you're not seeing it, because you're so focused on what has been or what you've known. So that's the kind of energy that I'm getting here. Sitting on this edge, we have Ansus and Lagus. Ansus is about communication, it's about wisdom. So this is a feeling of self-expression. It's almost feeling like an invitation to try different ways of expression. Communication is a very diverse component that we have access to. It's not always just speaking and listening. There are the ways that we move, the ways that we dance, the ways that we look at one another. It's that type of energy that it's a more encompassing type of communication. So you'll want to be paying attention to the different ways that information is being relayed by yourself and by others. Lagus is our lake energy, and with it comes more intuition, more water energy. So we're dealing a lot with this reading in our emotion body, in the water element. So Lagus is an invitation to move around and explore the things that are existing within our subconscious. So this could be examples of working on developing the different clair states, different ways of connecting in with source energy, with your higher self, in order to align energy and bring things into manifestation. So because this energy was upright, it was not conflict energy, there's a feeling that working with your intuition and taking those opportunities to do that inner work, to go within and do the reflection, that is what's going to help bring you to this place of further nurturing energy. And it's what's going to help create balance as you're moving through understanding how you fit within the larger context, the larger picture. The next pieces that are coming through, Ewas is our horse energy. So this is about guardianship and companionship. This is about the energies, the spirit energies that connect us here to the earth plane, and then the fact that they help us transcend into the celestial planes. So Ewas coming through for you in this reading is an indication that you are not alone as you are doing this intuition work, as you are moving into your emotion body and you're trying to give a voice to it. You're trying to figure out, well, what matters to me? What's important for me to develop? Ewas is letting you know that you do have companionship. Your spiritual team is with you. So it is a reminder to call upon them to help you through moments of uncertainty. Next to it, we had Ingwas, and this is our seed energy. So this is a masculine type energy. This is movement and growth. So we had Berkana coming through earlier with the nurturing energy. Ingwas coming through is confirmation that what you are working on is a beginning process. This really is about birthing some new aspect of yourself into the world. It's about bringing in a change that is going to evolve you into a different version of yourself that has a more heightened awareness of your environment, of your surroundings. There's a feeling of just a richer quality of living is what is coming. So any type of self-development that you're feeling called to do, any type of personal development, taking classes that are going to help bring you into a new understanding of something, reading books, watching movies and having those self-reflective conversations with yourself about the characters in the movie. If they make you feel a certain way, why do they make you feel that way? It's that type of energy of looking within and using resources on the outside as mirrors to help you understand how to come into a new way of being. And we do have Athala in this reading as well. Athala is about our legacies. And so this is about foundation building. And this is a sense that the processes that you are working on right now are creating a foundation for it's almost a sense of a more authentic version of yourself. It's a sense of there are places where maybe there is fear about expressing who you are or how you operate within the world. And Athala is giving all of this a feeling that this is a new foundation coming in for you that has a type of confidence behind it, that has a type of assurance in that position of authority and authenticity of who you are and who you want to be. And it's almost a sense of acknowledging that change happens, and you don't have to be the same person you were a year ago. You don't have to be the same person that you were 10 years ago, that it's always your choice. And then when you do want to make those changes, it's just about putting in the work and honoring yourself to follow those changes. Now I realized that there's another one that was sitting on its side. So we do have another component of potential blind spot energy. So we have Elhaz, which is our rune of protection. It is also the rune that ties us into our guardians. So this is another call, another awareness that your spiritual team is there for you and that you are guided and protected. So really, in those moments of uncertainty, in those moments of lack of direction, that calling on your team is going to help you understand the next steps to take. We do also have Kenaz coming out for you, which is the torch energy. So this is about personal illumination. So this does indicate that within you, there is an understanding of knowing that you are resourceful and that you do find ways to make things manifest. And this is just because Elhaz was on its side, with Kenaz coming out as well, there's just a reminder that working with your spiritual team and being in that space of surrender to the universe is part of what is going to help you take those next step forward into building what it is that you are wanting for yourself, coming into that new way of being or that new version of yourself that you are seeing. We have Manas, which is about our unity. It's about humanity. So this is indicating to going back to Gabo, which was about the exchange of giving and receiving, making sure it's balanced. Manas coming out is letting me know that in addition to spiritual helpers, you also have a lot of people around you who are going to be helpful. So this is about taking the time to engage in group activities or collective meetings, different things that you have access to, different groups that interest you. It is about being social and being around others and understanding that that is often where insight and inspiration can be sparked from. Next to it, we have Dagas, which is about insight. This is about day cycles. So we're looking at shorter cycles, and with Dagas, we have an energy of understanding that what was not completed today can still be completed tomorrow. So Dagas gives us a sense of almost renewed energy, that yes, you want to strive for what you can achieve and accomplish in a set time period, but also understanding that what you don't get to today, that you can get to tomorrow. So this reading is coming out as a gentle reminder that this growth is going to take some energy, and it's going to be a process, and it is something that doesn't have to be done rapidly, that you get to have this energy where you can come back to it as your energy matches the levels for it. So it's almost saying be gentle with yourself, as you're working on these changes. That energy is there for you, it's not going away. So make sure that you are doing it in your own stride. Next we have Jera, which does bring in our longer cycles. This is about the year, this is about harvesting. So this is coming out with Dagas being in the same read, and Othala about foundations. And we've got Ingwas with the seed energy and Berkana for nurturing. Jera coming out as well is an indication that these changes are comprehensive. So you're getting a lot of shifts and upgrades on small levels, like little baby steps that are going to help move you towards bigger picture changes. But you also are having a type of evolutionary change, that who you are right now is not going to be the same person you'll be in a year. So this entire reading really is speaking about shifting and changing, that there is a lot of movement energy, and that movement is in part because there is something stuck that is no longer serving you that needs to be released. And the final rune that we have coming through for this reading is Thurisaz. So this is change energy as well. This represents lightning. So with the fire element, this is coming in and saying that things are going to be cleared out. Things that no longer serve you, things that are getting in the way, hindering your progress and your growth, such as limiting beliefs or old thought patterns, that these are going to be released. These are being shifted and pulled away because there is new growth that is needing to come in. So that is what we have for this reading. You do have a lot of support energy in this growth process, both within your communities, your friendships, your various relationships, as well as with your spiritual team. And this reading is giving you the reminder to look at the places in your life that might be stuck, or that might be places where you've rested out of comfort for a long time, and re-examining those places and determining which ones need to be shifted and readjusted. That's how you're going to find this change that's going to bring you into new foundations and new ways of being to help move you to your next level. So thank you for attending the reading. I hope you have found it helpful, and I look forward to seeing you at future readings. For those of you who chose the second option, this will be your reading. So message please for those who chose the second option. Okay. Very first thing that is coming through, we have Elha sitting all the way out from the main message. So what this is indicating is that you're it feels like you're having a challenge or difficulty asking for help or guidance or protection right now. So the energy is there, but it is disconnected. So it's available, but there's a feeling that you almost are forgetting that you can ask for assistance in your endeavors. So that was the first thing that was coming through very strong. Now over here on this pile, we have 3 that are building off of each other. The first one that we have is Ewaz, which is representation of the world tree. So this is about aligning. This is about anchoring into your Earth Star chakra all the way through your Soul Star chakra. So you're really going to want to be paying attention to aligning your centers to make sure that you have ease of flow between your different energy centers, your different chakra points. So being grounded, being rooted, feeling safe, feeling creative, feeling empowered, feeling that you're coming from a space of love, receiving and giving, feeling that you are safe to express yourself, and understanding the importance of the messages you do have to express. Aligning the things that you know, the intuition, the cosmic wisdom that you are tied into and that you have connection with. Tying into and aligning your cosmic gateway, your ability to channel and connect with divine source, so on and so forth. Those are just our basic chakras. If you really want to get into it, there are various energy centers throughout the body, and you can look into those if you feel so called. But making sure that you are in alignment is the main thing coming through with that. Sitting with it, we also have lagus. So this is very much about our intuition. This is our third eye energy. This is the ability to walk between the conscious and subconscious mind, understanding that there is beneficial information in both realms, and that it is our ability to marry the two that really lets us stand in our power, that really lets us move with a certain empowerment here in this lifetime. Underneath it, we have Perthro. And Perthro is about the quantum. This is about infinite potentials. It does carry with it an energy of risk-taking, because you are moving into a realm, into possibilities where you can't control the outcome. You can't possibly know what the outcome will manifest into, but you do have ideas of what directions you are wanting to go. So the three of these coming out together in this reading is telling me that the desires for the things that you want to manifest right now in your life, it's going to be about making sure that you are in alignment and that you are tapping into the knowledge and the direction that exists within your subconscious, connecting into your higher self and really understanding that that provides a great source for direction and insight into what ways you should be moving. The next component coming through, we have Othala on top of Isa. So Othala is about foundations. This is about what you are building for the benefit of future generations. This includes the benefit of yourself in 5 to 10 years, 10 to 20 years. So this is energy of building a foundation. And what this is meaning, sitting on top of Isa, is that right now it's a feeling that you are struggling with some super stuck emotional energy. So this could look like beliefs that you have a feeling that no longer serve you, but you can't really envision what another belief would look like, how it would feel, what it would be like to try it on. So Isa is saying that right now there is a sense of hesitation about trying out new ways of living life, new ways of thinking about yourself and the powerful being that you are. But with Othala sitting on top, it's an encouragement that you know what, these foundations that you've been operating on, that have been passed down from those that you've learned from in the past, there are elements of those foundations that do work, and those are the elements that you want to keep. But Othala is reminding you also that you get to create the beliefs, the foundations that you want to rest upon going forward as well. So you get to pick and choose, you get to tailor and custom fit the different belief systems that are going to work for you and that are going to serve you as you move on your journey of pulling from the quantum realm of what it is that you want for yourself, the life that you envision for yourself. We do have Hagalaz and Thurisaz coming through as well. Hagalaz is our hail energy. This is about conflict between the head and the heart. It is destructive energy, however. When hailstorms come through, the land is not the same as it was before. And it is because things have been pushed out of place as a result of the hail hitting. So we have emotional disturbance, emotional movement and destruction, which is changing the landscape and creating new space for different things to grow. We also have Thurisaz, which is our lightning energy. So we also have movement and change coming through the energetic body. So this is you shaking things up in terms of daily energy practices almost. This is the type of nourishment that you are seeking for yourself, whether that be food, whether that be physical activity, whether that be spiritual practices, all of the things that are tied in with your energy. You're being asked to reevaluate the time that you spend in your day and the different things that could serve you better. We also have Oros coming through, and this is about strength and steadfastness. This is also about your creativity. So with Oros, we're getting a sense that it's a sense that it is okay and that you should take pride in the creative ideas that you have, in the ways that you can think to solve a problem that other people are not thinking about. That there is a lot of value in the different creative processes that you bring to the world, whether it be problem solving, whether it be creating art, whether it be structuring and growing communities. Creative processes are broad and diverse, and that is what makes them so powerful. So Oros is asking you to stand in the power of your own creativity. We also have Ingwaz, and Ingwaz is our seed energy. So this is definitely tying into what we had up here with Perthro about the quantum realm and about manifesting and bringing into fruition something that you're wanting, not knowing what the actual outcome will be, but knowing that there is a chance that it could be. So Ingwaz is telling you to plant those seeds, to do the steps necessary to have those potentials open up before you so that then you can take action upon them and build what it is you want for yourself. And I also want to point out that you have Ingwaz and Othala, and Othala was our foundation energy, right? The legacies that we stand on, the legacies that we leave. Othala itself exists within Ingwaz. So these seeds that you're planting, that you're cultivating, there really is an understanding that this is energy that surpasses self-serving thoughts or behaviors or manifestations. There really is something about what you're being called to do that is going to be impactful on a community level, whether that be family, whether it be neighborhoods, whether it be groups that you're part of, workplace, however it applies to you. There is an understanding that this energy that's coming through is really showing you as a catalyst for the growth of others. We also have Jera, which is about the year. It's about harvesting. So as we're building these, as we're putting in these seeds, as we're growing, as we're working on creative forces, bringing into manifestation potential outcomes, as we're pursuing the things that interest us, Jera is coming in and saying that timing is going to be important. So knowing when to take action, knowing when to rest, knowing when to shift between the two, and understanding that cycles operate at varying lengths. So Jera is just a reminder of divine timing. Some things will be outside of your control. So it's more an understanding of awareness, of being aware of when the time would be ripe for moving, for harvesting, for bringing the next steps into the process that you're already at. And the final rune that we have is Gabo. And Gabo is about gifting through fair exchange. So this is about making sure that what you are giving and what you are receiving is balanced with what those around you are giving and receiving. This coming out for you guys is really tying back into this energy that what you are building, the foundational sense of it, is much stronger than just you alone, that you are a key component to a larger context, to something that is much bigger than yourself. And it almost seems like this Ober's energy that I was feeling, this creative movement, this sacral chakra energy, it really feels like your contributions and what you bring to a group are very fundamental in that group being able to move and be effective and reap rewards from the work that they are doing. So that is your message. I hope that you have found it helpful, and I do look forward to seeing you at future readings. Okay, this is for those of you who chose the third option. So what message, please, do we have for those who chose the third option? First pieces of the message. We have Nauthez and Kenaz coming out facing us head on. So Kenaz is our torch energy, and this is about self-illumination. This is about being able to find your way in the dark, being able to know which direction to go, even when you don't see a path laid in front of you. So from the very beginning of this reading, there is a message for you to have confidence in yourself, have confidence in the inner guidance that is within you, because it is there and it is strong. It is just a matter of you remembering to listen to yourself. Nauthez was the next rune sitting next to it. So now this is tied to the web of fate. So this is about the lessons that we are meant to learn in this lifetime. So what's happening with it sitting next to Kenaz, it's an indication for you to have more self-confidence, to just really trust in yourself more and understand that you are a powerful being and you have come equipped with very on-point guidance. So tune into that, tap into that, and that is going to help you navigate these different challenges that you might be facing right now at this point in your life. Next, we have Laguz, which is about your third eye energy. This is about your intuition. So you are being reminded that you have power and you have direction that exists beyond the mundane. That you, as you work with your subconscious, as you tap in and you really start to connect yourself to your higher self, you are going to start to gain a lot of clarity about which direction to go on things, about what path to take. It's an understanding that you are a bridge between worlds and you have access to information that is beyond what you see day to day. So accessing that information is going to be helpful for you. The next pieces that we have coming out, we have Othala, which is legacy energy. And it's interesting, I think this has come out in all three readings so far. So we're really looking at a lot of foundational energy today, apparently. But Othala is coming out positioned next to Perthro for your reading. So Perthro is about the quantum realm. It's about the unknown, about taking risk, taking gamble. So there is an understanding that lighting your way and being in a position where you're uncertain of what direction to go, but having faith that there is a path and it's just a matter of you taking the steps and then the way will be illuminated. That's really tying into this Perthro and Othala energy. So it may not be clear to you what the end result is going to be, and there's a sense almost that lack of clarity is almost preventing you from laying down the groundwork, from doing the processes that are going to help you move in the direction that you want to go. But this is reminding you that it is only by being in that space of the unknown that new can come in, that potential can open up. So keep moving forward and be curious about what exists around the corner. That's the type of energy I'm feeling in this reading. Gebo was on its side, so this is going to be blind spot energy. So the challenges that you are likely facing right now is understanding the balance between what you're giving and what you're taking. Understanding that striving for a balance between both of those is how you are going to receive the most benefit, the most reward, the most, it's how you're going to see the gifts in every situation that presents itself to you in your life. So being aware of that relationship of giving and receiving is really going to be beneficial for you. And it doesn't have to be anything complex. It just is more of an awareness of the balance of contribution versus what you're claiming. So be mindful of that. Be aware of your actions and behaviors in context with the larger whole. And understanding that balance is how you're going to find satisfaction and reward. In the center here, we have Hagalas and Isa. Hagalas is our hail energy. This is about conflict between head and heart. I feel like this one also has come out for all three of these readings. So there is an indication of inner growth that is happening with this, of really understanding that you do get to pursue what makes you happy. You do get to follow your joy. And there can be a little bit of conflict in that process because you feel like, well, if I am not following my joy, then somehow I'm not being responsible, or I'm not doing my due diligence. And Hagalas is reminding you that there is a balance between head and heart. So there are ways of following your joy that are respectful and resourceful, that honor your mental body as well. And Isa, being ice, is our emotion body in complete lockdown. So this is indicating that there is an importance in being aware of where you are being stubborn, or where you're being too fixed and you're not entertaining other solutions or other directions for where you might go in the process of following your joy and your bliss. So just be aware of where you might be selling yourself short because you're sitting in an area that is familiar to you, rather than being in an area that might cause you to feel slight discomfort as the ice melts away, as you grow, as you change. Underneath all of that, we have Ansus, which is about communication and wisdom. So there is an understanding that the way that this resolution in the emotion body is going to happen is through proper communication. So not being afraid to express yourself, but also being respectful of the information you are collecting from others, the various information and opinion that others are expressing. Again, it's going to be about sitting in that balance, sitting and understanding that exchange between what you are speaking and what others are speaking, and then doing that self-assessment and really determining, when I look at what's in it for me and what's in it for others, what am I going to be creating in that space? We also have Uruz, which is about your strength and determination. So your creative forces are a real asset for you. I get the feeling that you're one of those type of people that others come to you and are always kind of blown away by the way that you can perceive things, the beauty that you can find in the little things. And that creativity is a source of power for you. So you'll want to make sure that you are harnessing that you are really using that as a strength and as a benefit that is going to help move you as you build these foundations, as you start to manifest out of the universe, and you start to create for yourself and for others what you are desiring. We have Awaz, which is about complete alignment. So this is about understanding the concepts and the principles of as above, so below, as within, so without. This is about understanding the importance of balancing, because in balancing and alignment is where you find your power. It is where you find your greatest joy and your greatest ease and freedom for movement and creation. We also have Tiwaz, so we're looking at balance and justice. And because we had Gabo coming out, that fair exchange, Tiwaz is further coming in and saying that this is really an important component of understanding how you exist within the whole, and understanding that balance and fairness of all parties involved really should be the ultimate objective. We also have Ewaz, which is our horse energy, and this is companionship that is connecting us to the earth plane, but it is also energy that connects us to our ethereal realm. So with Ewaz, we are getting the sense that there is guidance, there is protection, there is a sense or a knowing that you are not alone on the journey. And this can come down to looking around and understanding the resources within your world, understanding what different attributes, different places or people or resources are going to have available to you. And utilizing those is part of what is going to help you with this alignment and this balance. We also have Jera, which again I believe has come out for every reading in this set. So this is about timing. This is about harvesting. So with all of this growth energy that we have in this reading about moving in and pulling out foundations from what does not exist currently, literally manifesting into the physical plane something that existed in the ethereal, something that you imagined. Jera is about understanding that in this alignment and balance, that knowing when to act is going to be super important, because there's a sense that when we don't take appropriate action in proper timing, the resources that were available to us can spoil. We can reach a point where what we had available to us, like the doors on it, close because we waited too long. And now we will have to go through the process of collecting seed and planting and going, nurturing, and then growing and then harvesting again. So it's not that once the opportunity passes that you'll never come to it again. It's a sense of timing, that paying attention to intuition and paying attention and having faith about acting when things feel in alignment, even if you can't explain it, understanding how to do that and when to do that is really going to help you quantum shift. It means that you're going to be able to reap the harvest and the reward this growing season rather than waiting for another cycle. So that is the energy that is coming through for your reading. I hope that you have found it helpful, and I look forward to seeing you at future readings. I want to take this time to thank you, to thank your guides, to thank my guides, to thank the runes themselves, as well as the plant energy for the different messages that we've received today. I am wishing you well, and I look forward to seeing you at future readings.